And once again, we back. Chuck P. C-Ville's finest. I got my right-hand man from the land, Mr. Carl Cleveland. And Mark Nall up in this motherfucker from Ohio Runs Boxing. Knock the F Out podcast number 39. And y'all, it's about that time and it's about to go down, man. We about to talk about the highly anticipated rematch between Jermell Charlo and Tony the Tiger, Super Bad Harrison. Man, listen, I'm going to put it to you like this, man. There's been a lot of barking between these two, man. And I've been waiting for this shit for over a year. Well, no. It's been exactly a year. Dude, this is my first question to the both of y'all and to everybody listening. Do you really think with all the barking that these motherfuckers been doing over the course of the whole year, do you really think that these motherfuckers can be professional boxers and keep this shit boxing? Or is this going to be the very first motherfucking boxing fight that turned into some UFC shit? Man, I don't know if these motherfuckers can keep this shit professional. These motherfuckers might take this shit to the flow, man. These motherfuckers might be rolling all over each other on the mat, beating each other ass, man. Can these motherfuckers keep this shit professional? That's the first motherfucking question I got. Before we get to talking about decisions and all this other shit, will it even get to that? Will these motherfuckers be able to keep it professional, man? Whoever want to start first and hop in, man, somebody answer that question.
I'll go ahead and start it. That's a good question, man. I think that's a very, very, very good question. I don't know, man. You know, to be honest to you, boxing history has shown us, man, it can get ugly in that ring, man. We can go all the way back, you know, to when the Riddick Bowe, and you know what I'm saying, they fight in the ring, and I don't know if you remember Mike Tyson and the police officers was across the ring. It was like 9 of them across before the fight even started. I mean, to be honest to you, I think it's great for boxing to have this type of you know, beef and, you know what I mean, go at it with each other. I think it's great for boxing, man. I think it is. So the UFC thing, and you talking, it's like you talking about, now listen, it's like I said, the Charlos have had controversy in the fights, well, you know, a little drama when Lubin got knocked out. They was throwing cheers. I don't know if you remember that. It was cheers being thrown after the fight was over. So I can see this happening. I hope they have a little bit more security in this fight, man. And you know, let's say they get professional. I hope they, you know, it's professional in this, and you know, and hopefully they shake hands. And if that is the case, and if they don't, it's cool. I'm not going to criticize them on that either. We need that in boxing. This is free TV. So that, you know, that's just my opinion on it. You know, Cleveland can jump in, man.
Man, hell yeah, they gonna keep it professional, dog. Tony Harrison, man, after rewatching that fight, Tony Harrison, that type of dude, man. They doing this, they selling the fight. Plus, there is real, genuine animosity. And when you got real animosity, this is the type of stuff you're gonna get, man. This ain't no pretend stuff where you see other motherfuckers talking, yeah, I'm gonna whoop his ass and I'm gonna take his head off. Like, man, you sound fake as fuck. These dudes genuinely dislike each other. So you can see that. They gonna keep it.
That's my whole point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they gonna keep it professional because honestly, in the world we living in, y'all know, man, if a brother really fuck up, it ain't no coming back. They do some shit that you can't, like, I put it to you like this. They can't do what Conor McGregor did and go tear up a damn tour bus and throw it and injure other fighters and think they ain't gonna come out unscathed, man. So these dudes is gonna talk like this, and then they gonna fight in the ring. It's gonna be a clean fight. It's gonna be a hard fight, and then they gonna talk shit after the fight, man. But as far as all that extra stuff, nah, man. These brothers know they do too much extra stuff. They gonna lose money, man. They gonna cost themselves a future payday. So nah, I don't see none of that extra stuff happening.
Nah, man, I'm just trolling, man. They ain't about to fuck up that bag, man. God damn, Mr. Cleveland got deep and serious on that shit, didn't he? God damn. I had to duck and dodge. That motherfucker throwing bottles at me, man. I know they ain't gonna fuck up that goddamn bag, man. God damn. But let's talk about this shit, man. Look, Tony Harrison clowning like a motherfucker on them press conferences, man. He had me rolling with the whole 3 rings like LeBron James. Well, goddamn it, we got 3 judges on this motherfucker that had to go back and look at this fucking fight again, okay? Because the first time I watched it, initially I said, hey, Superbad got him. I think Harrison got him. You know, but some weeks done pass. And, you know, I put the bottle down and I sat down and I watched this motherfucker sober. And I had to make a change or two, you know, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But right before we get into that, man, I'm going to ask y'all this. Do you really think Tony Harrison is in Jermell Charlo's head? Because you got some people that saying, nah, he ain't in his head. He ain't in his head, man. There ain't no motherfucker way. The only reason why, because at first I said, maybe he not in his head. But the only reason why I said that maybe he is in his head a little, man, remember I sent you that link, Mr. Cleveland, man, with Jermell Charlo had that interview right after that second presser. And he was like, damn, because Tony Harrison was like, well, you know, I had talked to Derrick James, and Derrick James said he really don't even fuck with him like that, you know, but we got to tolerate the nigga, you know what I'm saying? So Jermell said he tuned out everything else that he said in that press conference because the only thing he could think about was when Tony Harrison had said that he talked to Derrick James, and he was questioning. He was like, man, is he really for me? Is he really for me? You know how he talking shit. So I was like, damn, dude, you really thinking like that, dude? You really thinking like that, man? I said, dude, if you really thinking that shit, this motherfucker really playing head games with your motherfucking ass, man. What you think, though, man? You think he in his head?
You want me to go? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Cleveland.
Oh, man, you a guest. Go ahead, fam.
Man, you hit it on the head, man. I said the same thing, but I actually looked at it even further than what you said. I seen him when he said in the press conference, he was like, your brother used to beat you up, man. I can tell your brother was a real one. He used to beat you up, and I not hearing Charles say, you trying to turn my brother against me. I'm like, how are you trying to turn your brother against you? Who's think like, and I'm like, maybe he hitting something because maybe that did happen in your childhood and y'all never talked about it. But how is he making you turn against your brother by saying your brother is a real thorough one and you're not? I didn't understand why he questioned that or responded that way and said, yeah, you trying to get me against my brother. And I'm like, whoa. The thing of this whole thing is, man, Tony Harrison is a side when it comes to talking shit. He's number one at that, to getting in your head. I don't know if you've seen that on my post, but I showed you on my wall. I know you don't be on Facebook that much, Chuck, but Tony Harrison was doing the same thing to Willie Nelson out of Cleveland. You know, Willie Nelson and them boys, you know, they was fired up and they was ready.
I remember that press conference they had, man. I remember that press conference. Yeah.
And they was going at it. But Tony, I believe with your question, I do believe he's actually in his head from the things that he's saying. And I also think that Charlo has been thinking about this loss, man. He's looking at the 2 losses on Tony Harrison like, wow, I couldn't stop him. I've been stopping everybody. Willie has stopped this dude. You know what I mean? And it's in his head, bro. He's thinking about that. Go ahead, Cleve. I'll let you touch on that, man.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think he is in his head, but the reason I think he in his head is just the loss, because I don't honestly, Charlo has properly been able to deal with the fact that he got an L, even though he feel that he won, even though I feel like he won, he still ain't got over that. He still ain't like, all right, man, they took it from me this time, they ain't gonna take it from me. Like y'all said, I still think he think about that, man. Like you said, Willie Nelson stopped him Jared Hurd stopped him. Why couldn't I stop him? I'm gonna tell you why a little bit later. But yeah, man, I saw the same thing that y'all saw, man. He in his head, man. Normally, Charlo is a decent talker when he's calm, cool, and collected. But when he agitated, man, most of these dudes start sounding like females. So you got to stay calm, brother. Otherwise, you out here looking like a sucker, looking soft. And I know that ain't how you cut. So, man, I just need you to keep your composure, man. That's one thing Pops taught me as a youngin'. Keep your composure at all times.
I don't lose to suckers. That motherfucker 20 years. All right, man. Let's talk about this shit, man. We got Jermell Charlo, man, 32-1, 16 KOs. Going to begin Tony Superbad Harrison, 28-2, 21 knockouts. So we know how this shit ended, man. A lot of fucking controversy. You know, but like I said, we all watched this shit. We all did our homework. And with that being said, man, let's start with the first round, man. That first round, I gave it to Charlo, man. I thought Jermell did he did good being more active out of the two. It was a fill-out round. Tony Harrison, he was countering some punches, but most of the punches that Harrison was throwing was being blocked, man. So I gave it to Charlo, man, just for the activity alone, man. It's just a fill-out round, but I gave it to Charlo. Who y'all gave it to? Who you gave it to, Mr. Cleveland?
Hey, that's funny. I gave it to him as well for the same reason. What I saw from Harrison was he was using a jab to get away. He wasn't trying to land a jab. He landed a couple of jabs by mistake, but it was not like he was throwing a jab with conviction. He was just, I can't even say it was pawn. He was just lazily throwing it out there, trying to keep distance between himself and Charlo. Like you said, Charlo was the aggressor. He landed a couple decent shots. I saw him winning that round as well, man. So we seen the same thing, brother.
I agree. I agree with the same thing y'all guys said. I seen the same thing to fill out round. I wish I had my scorecard. I ain't even got my scorecard, but definitely can go bump heads with some of y'all because it's some swing rounds in this mug for sure. Especially when you hear my decision on this damn thing. But but yeah, the first round was definitely that, man. So I'm gonna have to piggyback on y'all because I ain't got my scorecard on me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna start doing well because I got a couple swing rounds and I'm gonna start telling y'all what the rounds I'm thinking that swing rounds too, and I'm gonna get y'all opinion.
Round two, I gave to Harrison. I thought Harrison worked his jab a little more, started landing his combination, little 1-2 combinations. I thought he landed some nice shots on Jermell. I gave the second round to Harrison. You gave it to Mr. Cleveland.
This is one of those swing rounds. I gave it to Charlo, but I felt like neither one of them was doing anything. But what my notes got for this is that Charlo came out aggressive, landed a combination at the beginning of the round. It says Harrison started landing a couple jabs, and I said Harrison looked like he's in Charlo's timing at the end. I gave the round to Charlo, but this was one of those swing rounds.
I'm gonna just top that off. I think the two was a swing round on my card because one thing about the swing rounds, and this is just boxing in general, man. Let's say 3 rounds, 3 to 4 swing rounds in a fight. You normally have that. It's kind of hard to call a fight a robbery with swing rounds. You know what I mean? If I score a fight 116, 112, and 4 swing rounds on there, how can you get pissed off at my card because I gave those 4 swing rounds to the one opponent and you gave the 4 swing rounds to the other guy? You see what I'm saying? It's like sometimes it's hard to debate some of these scorecards because of what the judges are seeing and what you are seeing in the ring. You know what I mean? So that's just my little quick opinion on that, man.
And speaking of those swing rounds, I think round 3 was definitely one of those. Both guys was landing some good shots. They were still filling each other out, but I gave that swing round to Harrison. I thought he landed some combinations, man, and steady working that jab a little more than Charlo. I gave that swing round to Harrison.
That's Cleveland. Go ahead, Cleve.
Yeah, man. I gave that round to Charlo again. I said he came out landing. He started all these rounds aggressive, landing jabs. I said that Tony was landing a couple jabs himself, but he wasn't landing anything serious. To me, I didn't feel like this was one of those swing rounds. I thought he he won this one clearly, but you saw something different. How you had this one, man? How you had this one, Mark?
That was a Charlo. That was a Charlo round. From a swing round. I said the same thing. I felt like he. Sometimes when you judge these rounds and they so close, you only go by what you seen at the beginning sometimes, because it's like I ain't really seeing too much in this round. You know, they throwing punches, missing. It's almost like you just looking at it from a street fight standpoint. If somebody hit somebody first and they start scuffling and banging, the first thing you're going to say is you're going to talk about that first punch that started it. You know what I mean? And if it was effective, you know, that's what you're going to get out of it. So not saying trying to use that criteria to boxing, but I'm just making an example when it comes to these swing rounds. So, yeah, that was a Charlo for me.
Okay. Wait till you hear how it all play out. Wait till you hear how it all play out. Round 4, I gave to Harrison. He started throwing the jab with a little more conviction, and combinations were starting to come together a little more. And then you started seeing the left hook come into play. To me, Charlo didn't do enough to win that round. Who you had it going to, Mr. Cleveland?
Dude, we had the exact same notes. That's exactly how I had that round. Exactly what you said, man. Harrison started landing combinations. He started out the round faster. He controlled the round. When he wanted to sit him there and pop him with a jab, that's what he did. When he wanted to move around and evade Charlo's shots, that's what he did. Charlo really ain't do nothing for me this round, man. So right now I got it 3-1 Charlo, or possibly 2-2, because like I said, round 2 was a swing round.
I don't even know why I should jump in on this one, because y'all both nailed it on the head. I mean, we all seen the same thing with that. Go ahead to the next one, because y'all nailed that one.
Yeah, that was really clear to me, that one. Round 5, a very active round. Round 5, man. You can see both fighters starting to ramp up the engine a little bit, man. This was a damn good one. Swing it, man, but I gave it to Charlo. Even though he got buzzed early in the round, you know, he bounced back quickly. He started applying pressure to Harrison and landed a big right hand on Harrison. So I gave it to Charlo, man. That was a damn good round.
Same here. I saw the same thing. He came once again. Harrison came out strong this round and hurt him in the beginning. Then, like what I saw is Charlo started finishing, and he finished stronger. Oh, not only that right hand, but earlier he hit him with a body shot, and when he hit with that body shot, I swear, Harrison was in the guard. His right arm, was it right? I think it was his right arm, lowered about 6 inches, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, if Charlo go to the body more, he might be able to get this boy out of here. But right now, I gave that round to Charlo.
I don't have my scorecard, but I really can't touch on that one. I know it was a close one, but I need to get my scorecard, because I need to get. That's why I definitely after 5 or 6 rounds. I think it was 5 rounds. I can't even remember the rest of them. I gotta get my card, man. So I'm about to come back on that.
All right. Round 6, man. Swing rounds galore, man. I gave this round to Charlo, though. I thought he was more active than Harrison. Landed a big right hand on Harrison early in the round. I gave that one to Charlo. What you got, Mr. Cleveland?
Same thing. It was once again Harrison landed a couple jabs. He landed a couple jabs. He had started throwing his jab with a little more conviction because he saw that was a little more successful. But I gave this one to Charlo, man. And you're gonna start seeing him. My point is gonna get to a point where I just start giving Harrison rounds just because I'm not trying to seem like a Charlo damn homer or some shit, man. But to me, this was one of those swing rounds. So right now I think I got 2 swing rounds or 3 swing rounds, but most of the stuff is one-sided. You know who wins the round.
I'm gonna just top it off on this. What you were saying with the Charlo just being the you can tell he's being the aggressor. He's starting to come forward a little bit more and press the action, and that's just the only frustrating thing about the judging, man. Where you got some people who don't want to give you the round off aggression because you're coming forward, but you're not landing as much, and you got the other guy who pit pat. And is not really hitting you with a lot of stuff, but he's making it look like it's a competitive round when it's really not. But people give him that round, and sometimes that can be crazy. That's where the controversy come in, because you're giving this guy a round for what he's really not doing anything. He's just looking like he's surviving. If y'all, you know what I mean. So sometimes that can that frustrates me at times, but that's just how it goes in boxing. I never understand that.
Yep, you ain't never lied on that, brother. Round 7, I gave to Charlo. Charlo, he landed some big shots in that round and kind of had Harrison in retreat mode. Harrison recovered, but Charlo was the aggressor by far, man. The aggressor by far, and he landed the biggest shots. I had to give that round to Harrison. To Charlo, rather.
Well, I disagree, man. I gave that round to Harrison, man. I thought Harrison controlled that round more. He landed that jab. Yeah, he did get caught. I don't think he was as hurt as much as this round as he was before with that body shot. So that's why I was like, all right.
Yeah. He quickly recovered. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
To me, but I gave, this is one of those rounds, if you want to call it a swing round, I guess. But to me, I thought Harrison had it, man. Once again, I thought some of those shots that I thought Charlo landed when they showed the replay, it was only one shot. Because I know what you're talking about when he hit him. That he threw like a 3 or 4 combination and he went staggering back. And I thought he had hit him with 3 or 4 of them punches, but he only hit him with 1, man. So I understand why you gave him the round, but I had Harrison winning this one.
Let me piggyback off that real quick. When Harrison, that is the round when Harrison got hit and he came back when he was boxing. But once again, like you were saying, it was sometimes that one punch, that hard punch that you look at and it takes you right there, and you was like, oh yeah, that's a good one, and he's not throwing that hard leather. He's more looking like he's just trying to survive the round. So like I said, it's great on both sides, man. No disagreeing on that. Both great on both sides. Like your breakdown, Cleveland. Love it.
Now, round 8, man, this is where it got interesting for me, because when I watched the fight initially, I gave this round to Harrison. But like I said, after being sober and watching this, I said, what the fuck were you thinking? I had to give this round to Charlo by far, man, due to the activity. It looked like Harrison took this round off. It looked like he took the round off. He didn't do shit, man. As far as he like, I don't know what it was, man. I don't know if it was fatigue kicking in or what, but it looked like he took the round off in round 8. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, man. But I gave it to Charlo for activity.
Same here, man. Like you said, this Charlo landed some good punches, but if Harrison would have actually put up a fight this round, it would have been more competitive, man. He could have possibly won the round, but he didn't do nothing, man. He didn't do enough. Like you said, I don't know if he was trying to catch that second win, if he got tired, if he was really hurt from an earlier punch, and I just didn't see it. But yeah, he really didn't do enough. This is one of those rounds where to me, like, it was a clear Charlo. This one should be universal on everybody's scorecard, man.
I agree. I can't even. That's nothing to say right there. I agree. It seemed like he was, like I said, he's known for gassing, and I think this was a round he was using to try to get some of that gas up, man.
And that leads until round 9. Now, round 9, I gave to Harrison. I think after taking that round off, Harrison came in and started letting his hands go a little more in that round and landed some good shots, man. Had the combinations working. I gave that round to Harrison. Who you gave it to, Mr. Cleveland?
Man, our shits is damn near identical. I gave the round to Harrison too, man. This is one of those clear rounds where it needs to be universal. He was letting his hands go. He was feeling good. Like you would have never known he was just sucking gas the round before, man. To me, he caught Charlo with a couple good pops, popped his head back with that jab, caught him with a right hand that was decent, man, was making Charlo miss. Charlo landed, but wasn't nothing like significant. To me, he controlled the round with his boxing. He was able to move. But this is where I started seeing him getting flat-footed in stages, man. I'm like, okay, we about to see something.
There's no need for extra commentary when Cleveland nailing on the head like that. So I'm just going to keep it short and simple. I agree with you guys on that one. That's clear.
Now, round 10, I gave to Charlo. Harrison, to me, was way too gun shy in that round. I gave it to Charlo. He was the aggressor. He was the dictator of the round. Neither one of them really landed anything significant. But I gave it to Charlo for the activity and keep him busy.
And this was one of the round I was telling you about that I think I just gave to Harrison just because I didn't want to be no Charlo fucking nut hugger. And people say that. Like you said, nothing significant landed. I thought Harrison controlled more of the action with his defense, his move, and his jab. Pity pat shots landed. Charlo ain't land nothing significant, but I gave it around to Harrison.
It was definitely like a swing round, man. And you nailed it on the head, Cleveland. When we judging and stuff like that, sometimes we judge like that so we won't seem biased. You know what I mean? It's almost like a referee giving your football player a bad call. He knows a bad call, but guess what? Next call is about to be for you. You know what I mean? Because he know he done made a bad call. You know what I mean? And that's sometimes how we judge these fights, man. It's so crazy that you say that because we judge so we won't look like we biased, but at the same time, it's like he still ain't doing enough to win this round. So if it's almost even, I'm gonna give you that round just to be nice. But go ahead.
Now, round 11 was the hardest round for me to score, man, because you had a tale of two halves in one round. It seemed like the first half of that round, Charlo looked great, man. He had a good, nice left uppercut that he landed on Harrison. Kind of buzzed him, but then the second half of the round, Harrison turned it up. You know, that he started working the jab. Then he started counter punching. You started seeing him work to the body a little bit. I gave it to Harrison. Who you gave it to, Mr. Cleveland?
One of those rounds where you're talking about this was one of my toughest ones too, but I gave it to Charlo. I thought what you said, I feel like Charlo started strong. Then Harrison came on. Then Charlo ended decent, man. And I'm like, all right. That ending is really what gave it to him. Like, all right, Charlo got it. But I can see how you can have it for Harrison for this round, man. So ain't no need of talking.
Yeah. I had it the same way. Yeah.
And now the final round, I gave it to Harrison by a hair. He put the hair in Harrison on that round, man. He got rocked in the beginning of that round too, man. But see, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the chin, man. I'm looking at the recovery and the way he bounced back, man, in the second half of that one and then started letting his hands go. you know, but then he kind of started to hold on Charlo, but I just gave it to Harrison by a thread of hair, man. What about you, Mr. Cleveland?
I'm the opposite, man. I gave it to Charlo. I think you gave Harrison this round because you ain't want to have a ass. Charlo whooped that dude ass, man. I've never seen somebody hug somebody for damn 15 seconds while the referee is telling them to break. I did not notice that the first time the fight happened. This dude hugged Charlo for 15 damn seconds when he got rocked, man. I'm sorry, I can't give you a round after I see that. Now, granted, he landed some stuff, but it wasn't nothing. It wasn't enough for me to give him the round. And he ended hugging. Yeah, man. Nah, Charlo.
Yeah. He said, hey, you gave Harrison a hair of that round. That was a little hair, baby. I went with Charlo, man. I got with Charlo. I had to go with nah, bro. It was Charlo, man. I had Charlo on that one.
All right, man. You know I collected the check from somebody to say that one, but no. If we tally up my numbers, I had it a draw. I
agree.
You agree with that, Mark?
Yep.
I had it a draw. And so, but you had Charlo though, Mr. Cleveland.
Yeah, I had Charlo 8-4, and then like 7-5 if I gave the swing rounds to if I gave every swing round to Harrison, it would have been a draw. So I can see that, but I had Charlo winning either 8-4 or 7-5 because, like I said, my swing one of them, like I probably would give round 2. That would probably be the round that I would give to Harrison. So my shit would be 115, 113, 7 rounds to 5 for Charlo. But now I'm interested to hear how y'all think this second fight gonna turn out. Now we getting into the good shit.
Let me say something real quick. Cleveland, your card wasn't even bad either. That's just what type of fight this was, man. For you to say 8-4, 7-5, it's ludicrous for me to try to debate that with you. You see what I'm saying? So I can understand and I can definitely see why you scored it that way. And that's the beautiful thing. You got people who subjective and just really sit back, not be a fanboy, but really just sit back and just watch it as a real fan and judge it. You know what I mean?
Hey, I can't hear you, Chuck.
Yeah. Okay. I
had it on mute.
Okay.
Get it out, y'all. But originally I had Harrison winning 7-5. But like I said, after watching it sober and looking at that round 8, you know, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. That's what had determined the draw for me. You know, I had to get at the Charlo, and that's what made it a draw. But like you said, though, Mr. Cleveland, you alluded to it. Shit, that was the past, you know. But now here we are. Here we are again, you know. And as far as the prediction for this one, man, oh my God, dude. One thing's for sure, man. Harrison is entertaining as fuck, man. He damn sure won that battle, the verbal battle. I'll give him that. Like, God damn it, this ain't the word game. It's the fight game, baby. And I got to say this, man. I got an 8th round knockout by Charlo on my boy Harrison, and I like Harrison, man. And that's what's fucking me up to say this shit, man. I like Harrison, but man, shit. Jermell about to go in that motherfucker and knock my boy out, man. I ain't talking no stopping shit. This motherfucker about to be laying on that goddamn mat. That dickhead motherfucker about to bounce off that goddamn mat Saturday night. You could believe that, man. That's a Chuck P guarantee. Mel about to raise some motherfucking hell, man. I got an 8th round knockout by Jermell Charlo. What you got, Mr. Cleveland?
Yeah, two possible outcomes, man. I can see Charlo winning by stoppage in round 8 or 11 if he works the body, works his jab a little more, use athleticism that he over Harrison and be more aggressive. I feel like if he would have attacked Harrison's body more, he did a decent amount because at first I thought he was just headhunting. That's what I remember, and I don't know why, but when I went back and watched that, he did some nice body work, man. But he got to up. He upped that game. He can get him out of here at 8 to 11. Or Tony Harrison, he can stick and move and do what he did in that first match. If he can do that, land some nice counters, stick and move, not get hit with too many heavy shots, keep his wind, keep his stamina. I am getting the same thing, same type of match before, and him winning again. Because honestly, if I'm him, I wouldn't do nothing different. If they said you won the first fight, even though I thought he lost, I thought it was clear, Charlo. If you won the first fight, sticking and moving, jabbing, not standing your ground too much, landing some nice counters every now and then, counter right hands, nothing too much, one shot at a time, jab, move, and you win, that's what you're going to do. So I see it that way, but if I had to put my money on it, I got Charlo, 11th round knockout.
And y'all got some good predictions, man. Man, this is crazy. I think it can. I definitely see it going 8 and 9 rounds. Like you said, Chuck. I think that those is perfect rounds. If Charlo go to that body, he looked at film. He definitely looked at film and he paid attention what Willie Nelson did. Willie Nelson was going to the body and when he slowed Tony down, man, I think he's really looking at that. But if I'm Tony Harrison, I know I don't have that much crack. I know that. You know what I mean? I know I didn't talk myself in here. I'm going to use this mental edge. I'm going to use this game. I think Tony should come out in the first round and make it like it's the 12th round. No fill-out round. I'm going to put the force. I'm going to make you be upset. I'm probably going to hit you with some shots, snap your head back, because this is a mental game. We saying that you got the mental edge right now over Charlo. Dictate the fight. Start it off strong, and then you just cruise. You cruise off his anger. You know what I mean? You can win this on decision. I don't see him winning on the cards, but I say all that to say this. And that's Tony Harrison looked out for me. He didn't show me love, man. He didn't posted videos of mine, man. It's nothing, but I think Charlo gets him, man. I think Charlo gets him in the 9th round, man. I think it's gonna be a 9th round KO. But if I'm wrong, hey, man, it's nothing but love, man. Tony hear me, look, bro, it's nothing love, but I think Charlo solves the puzzle. You know what I mean? Like Hellraiser when he trying to get that block and solve it, man. I think he gonna unlock them doors, gonna open up, man.
Oh brother, you got a friend for life, man. Hey, that's my favorite horror franchise. I know all about that. Yeah, man. I'm gonna say this though, man. If Jermell can be patient, man. We said that on the last show, before he fought Cota. Stay patient, man. Go back to the basics. Stop all that fucking head hunting shit. Dude, you saw how quick he got Jorge Cota out of there, man. If that motherfucker just stay patient, man, don't let that motherfucker see that. Now, goddamn it, that could fuck up the whole thing. If he got that motherfucker up here, it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fucking night, man. And it don't have to be. Just be patient and let the motherfucking knockout come to you. It's 12 long motherfucking rounds. You gonna see that opportunity. Let it come to you, man. Don't go out there motherfucking head hunting and be all hot-headed and crazy and shit, or you gonna be the forgotten Charlo. I'm just putting it out there. Fuck all of that shit. Going out there, man, and do what got you there. You know what I'm saying? Just going back to basics. That's what, nonetheless, man, everybody listen to me. You got to watch this fight, man. I done built this motherfucker up, man. You seen what I done did on the internet, Mark Nall. You know what I said? I done posted every motherfucking thing that these motherfuckers done did, man, to backstage shit, to press conferences, everything. Man, you gotta watch this fight, man. I've been waiting for this motherfucking fight for a year, man. Don't get me wrong. I said I felt like this was gonna be the fight of the summer. Even though we had a great one with Thurman and Pac-Man, we had Sean and Errol, but this was the motherfucking fight I was waiting on, man. You gotta watch this, and it ain't no excuses. No excuses. It's free TV. Christmas came early, motherfuckers. Free TV on Fox. Wherever the fuck you at, wherever you at. Fox, locally, whether it's 8, 5, 4, whatever the fuck it is, wherever you at. On Fox, free TV, man. There ain't no excuses. You gotta watch this, man. This is gonna be a classic. Any last statements, man, before we go to bed?
Yeah, man. I wish you guys could have saw my face when he was talking, because I was shaking my head, yes, like a little kid when his mama asked her a question, man. He was absolutely right about being if he's in Charlo head, he come out that first round like it's the 12th round, make it difficult for Charlo. If he got to rough him up a little bit, even if he got to be dirty, hit him below the belt, hit him behind the head, hit him on the elbow, hit him on the ear, man, just to get Charlo upset and get him head hunting him out of this game. Then, like you said, it's gonna be a long night, man. And also, we from the Midwest. We want Tony Harrison to win, so don't twist it, man. But we just think Charlo gonna win. And honestly, if I'm wrong, I'll eat my crow, man. I'll gladly eat my crow, because Detroit, that ain't but a 2-hour drive from where we at, man. 2.5 hours, man. So we ain't got no issue with Tony Harrison, man. Plus, he seemed like he a stand-up dude. And he as hell, so he cool with me, bro.
I appreciate you saying that, Cleve, man. For real, I really do, man. Because I'm like, dang, this, especially when I got a lot of fighters that show me love. I did a meme with Paid in Full, and you remember seeing when what's his name was in the car and he was crying like, I'm gonna keep everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You remember that? Did that, and I said Tony Harrison is in. I said, this is Jermell Charlo in the car after the first press conference. That's what I wrote on the headline. And I made a meme, and it was hilarious. So I'm on Ohio Run Boxing on IG, and you can find me on Facebook. But it's funny, and Harrison loved it. He posted it on his IG, and he put it on his page. He shared it on his page on Facebook, showing me love, man. And he was dying, and he captioned it. He said, this is how I got this whole ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I got this whole ass brother. And I was like, dying. I'm dying, like, whoa. But yeah, he's from Detroit. But back to what I was saying, I'm going to end it, man, with this. The reason why I was telling him to come is that's a great game plan. I always use boxing history, man. We got to go back on the mental edge of some of these fighters with the Danny Jacobs and the Peter Quillen. Danny Jacobs wanted to fight Peter Quillen. He wanted to fight him. And Peter Quillen was like, more, we friends, man, but if you want to fight me, it's cool. And you've seen that in the first round. Danny Jacobs was smart enough to be like, no, ain't no fill out round. You want to fill out round. That's what you think is we about to get. No, I'm coming in there and I'm a crack you. The same with Roy Jones. Lost in the rematch. He lost to his very first loss to Martell Griffin. I think I'm saying it right. Griffin. And the first round, you could just tell, bro, he was going to send the message. It wasn't going to be no, I'm about to play with you. I'm not about to play with you right now. Marvin Hagler and Marvin Hagler and Hearns. You send the message sometimes in the first round, but I just think Harrison don't have enough punching power to just really get it out, but just play mental games with him. I'm gonna make it like I'm about to square up with you, and we're gonna be doing this all night. But it's not. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna play with him, man, and you can win off that, man. You can win off the mental edge sometimes. You know what I mean? So that's just my thing on it. It's gonna be a great fight. It feels like it's a pay-per-view. I think we need more fights like this. We need Tony Harrisons. We need more Tony Harrisons like that. This is good for boxing. I got people who don't even watch boxing is watching this. And they say it's on Fox. Oh, snap, this is great. So this is really, if you're a boxing fan, this is great for our sport, man, no matter what. I just hope both of these guys, at the end of the day, leave the ring healthy. That's the most important thing to me, man. Leave the ring healthy. Go back to your family and kiss, because at the end of the day, there is no losers when you can go back home to kiss your family. That's my call, man. That's my message, baby.
Oh yeah, but and getting back to the whole hometown and the Midwest shit, man. Listen, that motherfucker could be my next door neighbor, but I knock on that motherfucking door and say, "Hey, brother, neighbor, my dear friend, it ain't gonna be a good night for you, motherfucker. I think your ass about to get touched up." Now, I know I don't do the home shit. I just call it how I see it, man. I think Jermell gonna get his motherfucker hell Saturday night, man. But I like Harrison though, I do. But shit, man, Jermell about to knock this motherfucker out.
Could you imagine? Can you imagine what his career be like if he beat Charlo again? What would Harrison's career be like if he?
Well,
beat
he'll be the forgotten Charlo. He'll be the forgotten Charlo. He'll be his biggest cheerleader.
I'm talking about Tony Harrison. What do you think this does for Tony Harrison? Do his
dude. Oh man,
it's redemption, man.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Redemption.
He a star. He a star. He'll go out to J-Rock then, I guess. And you know what? Both of them want that fight bad too. Both of them want each other too, man. The underdogs. Ain't that some shit, man? Where it was supposed to be the favorites, Hurd and Charlo, and they switched it, and now it's the underdogs. Ain't that crazy?
And that's one of the reasons why we make the fights style make fights and upsets happen. Hey, please. Come on.
So yeah, man. Hey, I want to thank everybody for checking this out, man. This was a fun show, man. I'm glad both of y'all got on with me, man. Knock the F Out podcast number 39. You know how we do it, man. You know, after the fight, I don't know whether it be right after or the early morning Sunday, but me and Mr. Cleveland will be right back on for the after party show. So y'all can stay tuned for that. Follow me on Twitter at ChuckP216. Stay up on everything that I got planned for y'all as far as the channel. Do us all a favor, man, and jab that like button before you go. And if you're not an official resident of the Ville or an official hard hitter, all you got to do is just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you nothing. Mark, no, you want to plug your shit before we get out of here?
Yeah, you can follow me on Ohio Runs Boxing, IG, Instagram. Marcus. You got me calling myself Mark. No, it's Marcus, but it's you can find me on Facebook, Marcus Nall, and Ohio Runs Boxing on Facebook as well. And you can start uploading soon. So, yep.
And Mr. Cleveland, you'll be rocking with me on that after party show, right?
Most definitely, Cam. Most definitely.
Yep. So, hey, man, everybody, watch this fight, man. I can't stress it enough. This the one you got to watch, man. Chuck P. C-Ville's finest. But to you haters, call me your highness. We up out of here.